The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
Last fall, one of our deals that was we'd done years ago, finally the egg hatched, and we ended up with a significant share position in Silver 47. And that's a very well-run, well-promoted company. And we were able slowly over a period of 8 months to monetize that position.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. Joining me now is the CEO of Silver Range Resources, Mike Power. And Mike, it's nice to see you again. How are you?
Oh, it's wonderful to be back. Doing well, and looking forward to working with you guys again. We've certainly appreciated working with you in the past. So we were absent for a while. Things were kind of crappy at our end. We're a prospect generator, and they're orphans in a bad market, and consequently, we had a pretty tough time last year, but we were passing the hat, eating a lot of paper, had to shut down a lot of things we wanted to do. But things turned around in the fall, and we're on our way back.
Yeah, so maybe for people who aren't familiar with the company itself, you mentioned you're a project generator. So maybe you can sort of give us a sort of the what the company's really all about is you have projects, you look at projects, or a combination of everything.
Right. So yeah, we're your classic prospect generator. We're a precious metal prospect generator. We work in the Southwest US. Our business is to identify, acquire, explore to enhance, and then we vend projects to partners. So we leverage their capabilities and resources with ours to explore and develop our properties. So we have a large portfolio of properties, but we don't concentrate on any individual property, nor do we drill our own projects with conventional drilling.
Yeah, you mentioned a bit of a turnaround. That obviously has to do with pricing that's been going on in the markets. Obviously, precious metals have been increasing, for a while now. So, is that what you're hearing? People are starting to sort of awaken to the fact of silver, awaken to the fact of gold, and other things.
Actually, our story was a little different. Last fall, one of our deals that was we'd done years ago, finally the egg hatched, and we ended up with a significant share position in Silver 47. And that's a very well-run, well-promoted company. And we were able slowly over a period of 8 months to monetize that position. So that let us recap the company without financing to the tune of about $3 million. So we were breathing a great big sigh of relief by last June when we'd finally slowly exited the position, and then we were ready to go.
And so, tell me a bit about some of the projects that you're looking at right now, and where you see these headed.
Right. We have been optioning more projects. That started last winter. We started with our Skylight property, finally got that vended after years of work with Rush Gold, and it's up on step and ready to go. Shortly thereafter, we optioned 3 projects to Walker Lane Resources, and they're getting financed right now. We expect them to be working this fall. And finally, after years of work, Excalibur Metals got our Bell Helen project in play. And my partner, John Gilbert, left the company to take over as CEO. So it's a great property and it's in great hands, and we expect some good news there. So that brought us through to the summer. And then with a bit of cash in hand, we started staking in August and September. We've got some new projects we'll roll out. And we're really looking forward to finally seeing some action with our Broden Mining deal.
Yeah, tell me a bit about that one.
Right. So Broden Mining is an effort to restart the Faro mine up in the Yukon, which in its day was the largest lead zinc silver mine in the world. And when it shut down, there were 4 deposits there. We added our Keg deposit to the mix. And under the very capable guidance of Don McInnes, he's been dealing with the Ross River Dene First Nation and the federal and Yukon governments, and they're working towards finalizing a deal. We think it's pretty close. We can smell the biscuits, and we finally believe, after 9 years of effort here, that perhaps this deal might happen in the very near future. But fingers crossed. So that's our great hope, because that would be a very, very significant payday for us.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like it's continuing to be extremely busy for the company, especially after, as you mentioned, a bit of a slowdown the last little while. So, Mike, congratulations on the big success in this turnaround, and we look forward to more conversations together.
It'd be great to work with you guys again. Thank you very much.
All right, there's Mike Power. He's the CEO of Silver Range Resources.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.